I'm back. Today I'm here to talk to you about the internet because TikTok is limiting people's attention spans to 15 seconds. Do you really want to be like a slave to Facebook and TikTok? Do you want to have some agency over your decisions instead of just being pushed in all kinds of directions? Do you want to know yourself? Do you really want to live like that? Like, do you really want to be a slave to the prison of TikTok, to the prison of Facebook? TikTok is limiting your attention spans to 15 seconds. Think about that. Think about that. The other thing I want to talk about is ghosts. I want to destigmatize ghosts because I feel like ghosts get a lot of flack for, I don't know, for being invisible or something. With an attention span of 15 seconds, you can hardly expect to defend yourself from psychic attacks. It's important to be aware of where you're giving away your power. When you agree to the terms and conditions of apps like Facebook and TikTok, it's kind of like, well, what are they really giving you in return? And what are they taking? You know, if you really reviewed that contract, would you really agree to want to be in that contract? It's worth examining. Are these apps really adding to my life? Could I not perhaps be a lot happier without them? It's just something to be aware of, you know? Is TikTok really adding to your life? Is Facebook really adding to your life? And you're beautiful and you're perfect and I love you. You're in control, Allanah. You're in control, Allanah. I read this book called Stolen Focus by Johann Hari, which was where I first heard that statistic of apps like Facebook and TikTok limiting our attention spans to 15 seconds. I don't want to live in a world where I can't even make my own decisions, you know, because I don't even know what I want or why I do the things I do because I'm just the prisoner of this app, you know. Why would you want to live like that? And so many people do, which is why I'm bringing it up today, because it's worth just becoming more aware of your phone use. Don't you want to be awake and alive while you're alive? Don't you want to pay attention? 15 seconds is nothing. My hair. Don't you want to be here while you're here? The unexamined life is not worth living.
To lead you on the correct path you see physically, the maze that you walk through in the unseen, trusting in your masculine energy that he can hold the base, the state to guide and lead you to where it is you need to be, to see, to feel, to respond to the unseen. Many of you do not like it when the masculine energies, or we wish to come through her to you to touch your feminine energy, to prevent the blocks you put upon him, helping you really.
My mum teaches a little Zumba class every Wednesday. My dad, he loves just being in the studio making music. He goes and plays badminton, goes and watches cricket down the local. I like to think my purpose is making people smile. I just want to experience as many different ways of living life as I can.
Okay, if you want to understand people, this book by Sam Harris and yourself, because you're also a person, if you want to understand yourself and other people. Now, we are going to vote in the referendum. Do you want to come? I'm so sorry, it's actually been ages. It's actually been ages since I posted a video. I'm so sorry, did you miss me loads and loads and loads and loads and loads? We are on the tram on the way to vote. Alright, nearly at the polling booth. Who's ready to vote on the referendum? Guess who just voted? Voted in the referendum. I'm a voting girly. Today I want to tell you about guided death meditations. I am obsessed. I'm addicted. It goes for like an hour. I'll link it in the description. And you go through the process of like dying, leave your body, and then you're floating up above your body, and then you watch your body decay, and then there's like barely any flesh and you're just bones, and then you're like floating above your body and you see your body like being eaten by the animals. Then your body just becomes one with the rest of the earth, and you're like watching your body decay, and you're like floating above your body and watching your body decay, and you realize, and it says, and you realize that nothing was ever lost and nothing was ever gained, and you just really become like one with everything and understand that you are nothing and you are everything and you are dead and you are alive, and like I'm obsessed with it at the moment. I'll link it in the description. You should seriously give it a go. It's intended to help you reach full spiritual liberation. Do I strike you as someone who has reached full spiritual liberation? And I've been dying all the time. But it's a really helpful practice to help you become friends with death. Who's coming to Vlad, 7 p.m. tonight at the Ballet Theatre. To Vlad, 7 p.m. tonight at the Ballet Theatre. 7 p.m. tonight at the Ballet Theatre. You go insane watching your own. 7 p.m. tonight at the Ballet Theatre. And then you're like, Allanah, it's only going to be up for a day. Like, just post it. Does it really matter? And then you're like, well, I look perfect, but do I look perfect enough? And then you're like, are there iterations of perfectness? There's a new boy I've kind of been talking to. Actually, he's the same boy I mentioned last time. He's hot in English.
Whereabouts in Japan are you?
I am vibrating at the highest possible frequency. Try not to worry about anything too much, because fear is an illusion and everybody dies and ghosts are real. Okay. Free will and lying, they taught me like everything you really need to know about people.
This disgrace has a disgrace, you see, for the masculine sexual energy indeed. In this disgrace there is a distrust, a disconnecting from the masculine sexual energy, which is the source of groundedness in your reality. The inability to connect, ground spiritually into physicality. There has been many misconceptions about the masculine and his trajectory, his journey into the current state in society. It was not really masculine energy, you see, that caused the destruction of all things. It has been portrayed like that. Why? To put a block, you see, on the feminine helping the masculine frequency. Why is this? If the feminine is disconnected, is blocked, puts an obstacle between her and the masculinity, she cannot ground anything and he cannot rise to divinity. It is sacred unity, internally within your own bodies and externally within your relationships, you see. The blocks that you experience in life, the work that you must do in the unseen, which is the spiritual game, you see. You must hone yourselves to be receptive to the ease, the frequency, the subtle realm, you see, the unseen. You are told and guided very clearly in the unseen. However, if you cannot ground your feminine energy into this reality, you cannot trust your own masculinity to lead you on the correct path, you see, physically. Energy to detect in the unseen, to read the unseen, to share that information with the masculine energy and frequency. Only together can you be free.